Yo, what's up, collective? It's your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. Here to just upload a quick little video here. Like, share, follow, hit that notification bell, and that subscribe button, whatever I just said. I think I said subscribe twice, but it doesn't really matter. It resonate. If it don't resonate, it don't fucking resonate, right? Let's thank my dad, the Most High God, for bringing us here for this message, and to be able to commune with the divine. This is a divine intermission with your Uncle 79. Alright, y'all, so I recorded an earlier video because I was feeling something, some kind of way, maybe. That could be it. But after listening to it a couple of times and understanding that a lot of it was just really kind of all over the place. It wasn't cohesive. I didn't feel like it was cohesive enough, so I just decided to pick one thing and talk about it and get the fuck off of YouTube. So yeah, anyway, I need my glasses. Sour watermelon Mike and Ike side of shit. Just to let you know. Yep, doing the Mimi thing again. Whatever. So, this is what I wanted to talk about walking away and what that means to me. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody how to live or what to do. You know, sometimes I will say, I don't do that shit, but that's in totally different context. What I'm talking about now is it's a suggestion, some friendly advice from an uncle who's been down some roads, who's gone through some things, and maybe might be somebody out there may have a question, maybe questioning certain things or having a hard time dealing with something. So walking away. So I had what made me kind of feel what I was feeling is the fact that, and mind you, everybody chooses what they want to listen to, what they don't want to listen to, what reader they want to follow, watch, what have you. I'm not judging nobody. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm offering my perspective on some things because we are all a part of this platform. We are all a part of this world, and we do have a basic responsibility. If once you sign up to come on a platform and discuss what you feel, express your viewpoint, push an agenda, whatever. You have a responsibility to the people that are watching you. I don't care what anybody says. Which is why it's important to be genuine and authentic. But then also have to be able to check yourself when your ingenuity and your authenticity may or may not be toxic for people. That's just my opinion. And yes, I definitely, somebody just like, hey, I know I do a lot of cussing. That's the way I communicate, and sometimes I have to check myself. Sometimes I have to back up, double back, and apologize. Well, I hate to double back, but sometimes I have to apologize. Just like you have to correct yourself when you're wrong. Sometimes you do have to stand in the position of not giving a fuck, because you have to say what you got to say. Because again, you have to assume some responsibility, but not the responsibility for everything. Because this is a free country, so to speak, and this is a free platform, so to speak. But what I'm saying is that you just have to be mindful. So that's just like if I know that a bunch of people, a lot of my followers are people that are victims of domestic violence or people that grew up in homes that were abusive, and I sit around and I constantly discuss domestic violence situations or somebody getting beat the fuck up all the time, that could trigger people to do a lot of different things. So there's a way to articulate, there's a way to communicate certain things so that people can heal from things and grow from things or become more informed about things, as opposed to having people relive trauma or open doors that they probably should keep closed, or to maybe lead them in a different direction and back to somebody that they left for a reason. That's what I heard. And so that's what I'm saying. So basically, what I'm pretty much saying is that, yeah, I know when I was with in bad relationships with people, and I also did express this in the earlier video that I'm just, I'm not uploading it, but it does take two to tango. But when there's two people tangling, there's always somebody that dances a lot better than somebody else, and there's always somebody that fucks up the whole dance. Two of them are dancing, but there's two different types of dancing, two different people doing two different type of things. And so one person could be dancing the tango, the other person could be doing the flamenco. You feel me? They're still dancing, but two different dances. And that's why it's important to just kind of be mindful about what we're talking about here, because there's all kinds of responsibility and blame and accountability that can be shared between two people that were in a relationship. But 9 times out of 10, both people can be toxic at times, karmic at times. So to blame anybody for anything is just kind of bullshit, in my opinion. Because if you stayed, you have to be responsible for that. You have to be accountable. Because there's always a way to walk away, unless a motherfucker got a gun to your head or some shit like that. You feel me? But to me, when I was done with somebody, that's it. It was a done deal. I didn't want to hear nobody talking about that motherfucker. I didn't want to know what the fuck they were doing. I wasn't sitting around thinking about what they were doing, because I had had enough and I was ready to move on. And when people would come into my environment or come to my house, or we'd be talking about, I didn't want to hear it. I'm like, why are you talking to me about them? It's a done deal. Little did I know, a lot of these people were coming to talk to me because these people told them to. In which case, yeah, there were times where I tried to leave the situation, and I probably could have stayed gone had I not had a bunch of people sitting around me talking about certain things. Yes, I was ready to go, but I wanted to go, but I wasn't ready to go. There's a difference. And so I'm saying this to say, like, listen to what you want to listen to. I'm not here to tell you what to do again. I know that I don't want to hear any more about any of these karmic motherfuckers and what they did. I don't need to get replays of what they were doing. I'm an intuitive person. I know just about as much as I needed to know for me to stay the fuck away from these people. And if there's anything else I need to know, God will tell me, or to come out in court, or maybe I just don't need to know. Because for some people that can add insult to injury, that can make them feel worse. Or what if somebody is struggling with leaving? And maybe, they're coming to you because maybe you offer some good advice or some good insight, and all they're hearing about is the X. A person who is struggling with wanting to leave, but really know they need to leave, but having a hard time trying to figure out how, is only going to end up staying right where they were, because they're constantly being reminded of this person that was toxic for them. Because when we're in those mindsets, that energy of that low vibrational energy where we're sad, it is a low vibration to be sad. When we're sad and we're just depressed about things, and the only kind of comfort that we did have was the trauma bond that we had with someone, to constantly keep hearing about the past, the karmic relationships, what they're doing, it just drives people back to where they were comfortable, because what you're giving them is comfort. Even though you're explaining really fucked up karmic shit, you're still giving them comfort, because that's what provided them comfort before. And again, listen to what you want to listen to. I talk about karmic situations all the time and karmic people, but not in a way that is, and guess what they're doing, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. No, I'm like, that bitch is fucking crazy. Look at the card, or this is what's going on, and this is why you shouldn't probably be going back to that motherfucker. So that's one thing for people to think about in the collective 858. Readers, spiritualists, people giving advice, anybody. It's that's the deal. Anybody that signs up to come on this platform, I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. I say what the fuck I want. I don't care how people take it. Then that's your karma. You have to deal with that. When it comes back around on your, and that dharma comes back on your ass, then what you gonna do? I guess you'll deal with it then. That's just not how I choose to be. And the second thing I was saying is, like, when I was in relationships and when I left relationships, I didn't leave or stay because I had a bunch of people telling me to stay or leave. You feel me? I kind of feel like if there's a bunch of people around a person telling a person that they need to leave, this is why, and you have to keep hearing, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, this is why you should leave, this is why you should leave, this is why you should leave, then maybe you're not ready to leave. Because once you're ready to walk away from some shit, you don't need nobody to tell you. And you don't want to hear about it. Because that's 9 times out of 10, if that's you leaving somebody who's a narcissist or whatever, I'm not a doctor, but you leave a narcissist, they're energy vampires. And regardless of whether it be in the chat of the video, within the content of the video, when you are constantly referring to this person and what they're doing and the things that they did, and all these different people coming in to discuss these things, that's energy being sent back to that person, letting them know you're being discussed, and it fuels the fire and it keeps the bullshit going. So maybe you should really consider whether or not you're ready to walk away from a situation yet. Or maybe you should consider why people still bringing this shit up. Maybe they want you to go back to this person. Maybe they might be working for this motherfucking person. I know that's happened to me. That has been happening to me. People trying to get me to go towards certain directions because they understand and they know what's coming my way. Hell, I didn't even know, but everybody else knew. This is the truth. So I got to really kind of do some regrouping and shit about what I'm intaking, what I'm taking in, what I'm absorbing. Because I can watch anything and not take anything away from it, but I'm still human. I'm still a human being. I'm still having this human experience. And regardless if I'm actively receiving something or absorbing something, this is still energy. It has to go somewhere. And when shit is being sent to you, that magic shit, if you're not prepared, if you let your guards down, you'll take it in and you'll be right back where you were or somewhere worse. I'm just saying, if you know a motherfucker trying to kill you, get him away from you. For real, for real. I don't want to be around a bunch of people that know what the fuck my exes are doing, because how do you know what they're doing? Oh, you fucking with that person. That's as much as I need to know. I'm good. Bye. Get the fuck on. Nope. I don't want to be around no friends that every time a motherfucker go, have you talked to such and such? No. Why? I don't want to talk to them. We're done. It's a done deal. They fucking crazy. They took me for granted. What more needs to be said? I don't give a fuck who they having a baby with. I don't give a fuck what kind of diseases they got. If they took some shit from me, then that's the only thing. I want my shit back. That's a different conversation, because that's something that's a material thing. It belonged to me. You got to give it back. We don't need to talk about nothing else. Anything else, I don't really need to hear. That's just like the police coming to me. Such and such took this. This is why they took it. I don't even know why they took it. I would like to know how. And I would like to know how, when, and when I'm gonna get my shit back, and what happens to them. But I don't give a fuck why they took it, who they living in the house with, what they spent it on. Who gives a fuck? They took it. It was wrong. Am I getting my shit back? That's all I need to know. I don't need nobody to tell me why I shouldn't be loyal to these motherfuckers no more, because as I keep explaining to people, I'm loyal to God. God orders my steps, 2:52 on the clock. God orders my steps. I was loyal to God. I follow God's direction, not some dumbass niggas fucking direction. Family, that's a different story, but them bitches is cut off now too. So I'm telling you that I'm in this situation right now. I'm in this space right now. It's like a really kind of fucked up witness protection, because I'm further just being isolated from people and places and things that would probably help grow me. And the internet is a very dangerous playground. 3:23 on the clock. I don't understand how people feel like growth can occur when a person has to constantly keep sifting and discerning through negative and karmic people and karmic situations all the time. People can say whatever they want and say, God's the most high this, the most high that. Fuck what anybody else is talking about. God orders my steps. God comes to me to order my steps, not through some fucking body else. Not that way anyway. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. You're always going to have haters. Yes, you're always going to be presented with situations. But are you really? If that's your choice, we all make a choice about where we decide to go and where we decide to live, who we decide to associate with, and what we choose to deal with. I don't plan on going places where I have to keep dealing with people who are snakes, who are liars, or anything otherwise. That defeats the purpose. You feel me? Like, that just doesn't make sense. I don't get that part of this game, because I'm never playing a game. I'm just trying to do what I got to do. I'm doing what I have to do. I'm trying to get there. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's necessary for me. I'm tired of hearing about these motherfuckers. It's kind of productive. This doesn't build strength. It builds paranoia. It builds fear. It builds on the paranoia. The paranoia then turns into an extreme fear. So a motherfucker always got to be on guard. How do you expect to help the collective if you're always on guard? Don't we attract what we send into the universe? Don't we attract what we have inside? And if we're inside this paranoia and fear and distrust, isn't that what's going to come to us more? I don't get it. It's all like to me, it just feels like a big shitty ass game of Hunger Games or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gross to me. It just is. It just seems like this is just a way for people to continue to manipulate the spiritual forecast, the spiritual weather, the climate. To me, that's just whack as fuck. We're sitting around discussing why these motherfuckers did what they did when motherfuckers are still driving past my house, their house, your house, anybody else's house, threatening their lives, setting them up to kill them. Go kick. Why are we arresting these people? Why are you letting people sit out and act like bait when life has to go on? You know, people have to understand that what if I left up out of this whole situation even more traumatized than I was coming into it, or the shit that I've healed from? That's insane to me. It really is. I don't really give a fuck about what nobody's sending my way. God said he protected me. He's going to protect me. I can discern. Trust me. I do it every fucking day. When I leave this house and I see certain people, see certain things, I know when to turn around and go the fuck back home or sit the fuck down or do what I got to do to protect my energy and myself. I'm just tired of this shit. I'm ready to get the fuck on. But there's all these different entities playing parts to control and manipulate parts and pieces of the collective energy. Or people that are chosen, or whatever anybody would want to say. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to say about any of that. I just know what my journey is, and I know what I was put here to do, and I know that people are trying to stop me from doing that. That's all I know. But that's the word I got. I'm about to just get off this shit because I'm starting to get irritated. I'm tired of feeling like people are playing, taking their time to do certain things. People want people to be patient, but does anybody understand? Maybe people know what a person has gone through, but nobody truly knows what it feels like to be in certain situations, to provide some bit of comfort or ease while you want people to help the situation. But I'm telling you now, I'm trying to remain mindful. I'm telling you, I'm very willful. And to be honest with you, I'm having a whole conversation with God all the time, and God's like, just give me a little bit. Like he's asked me, just it's coming. But at this point, God's like, there's something going on, son. Look a little deeper. And I'm looking a little deeper, and I'm like, I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like what I'm seeing. And then what I wrote down earlier is I did get a word, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't gonna share it, but I figure I might as well now because I'm having a conversation. So yeah, this is what came to me. This is the download I got. There are those that are privy and those who are not. Those that are privy are at risk for greater punishment than those who were ignorant to the truth. But those that were once ignorant and now have the knowledge and still act as they once were will have a fate far worse than either of the formers. That's what I got earlier. I'll repeat it. There are those that are privy and those that are not. Those that are privy are at risk for a greater punishment than those who were ignorant to the truth. But those that were once ignorant and now have knowledge and still act as they once were will have a fate far worse than either of the formers. And what I took from that, I didn't make that shit up. It just came to me like dead ass. And what I got from that is that, yeah, you know better, you do better. But if a motherfucker, so let's say for instance, if you have somebody that knows everything that's going on, like let's say for instance, a motherfucker got a whole bunch of money, right? And so there's somebody that knows that, okay, I'm gonna fuck him up because he got money, and the other person don't got no money. They just want to fuck the person up. The person that is doing it because they know that the person got money is gonna be in more trouble than the person that doesn't have any idea why they want. They just like, I want to fuck somebody up because they got into an argument or they mad at a person. But this other person has already advanced knowledge of what somebody for some type of gain. That person is probably gonna get a worse punishment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so now that I know, so I've been caught, let me try to clean it up real quick. Because everybody, I don't give a fuck. I discern very easily, and I get downloads and messages. There's a lot of people out in this collective that are trying to clean up shit real fast now. But before they were against me, were working really hard against me, coming at me in all kind of different ways. And now people are trying to clean shit up. That's what I do know. Because now all the chips are falling. God, the spirits just, what I just heard Spirit be like, Spirit just says shit, they don't even understand what kind of trouble they finna be in. This shit's finna go on for people are finna just go down one by like a fucked set of dominoes. They just gonna fall back. Because it's Spirit's basically kind of saying to me, like, the way like I'm seeing it, the movie trailers or words or what have you, is that people are working really hard to clean shit up instead of stepping forward and being accountable and actually trying to change the situation for the people they offended, as opposed they're just trying to change things for themselves. Make that make sense? It does make sense because that's what people do all the time, but that math ain't mathin'. Because you're not really doing anything. You're only helping yourself. You're not trying to clean up the mess that you made for somebody else. You're not trying to clean up that mess. You're not trying to give back. You're not trying to give back from what you've taken, whether that be something physical or spiritual. Everybody's trying to. I've literally seen people that I know were coming against me and a part of this bullshit, and still have gotten even more self-righteous. But then once you know better and you make a choice not to do better, oh, your ass is getting whacked. You're just whacked. You're whacked. And so for even for people that I know that are part of this little shitty ass experiment that I've been under for, I don't know, most of my life or half of my life or however how long, I even know that they're trying to clean shit up now. They're trying to rearrange shit, trying to reframe shit, trying to restage shit so that I can trust them and they can still do these little fucked up ass experiments and test or pick my brain and knowledge. I don't know what the fuck it's all about. What I do know is that y'all niggas is getting into. Because nobody's really coming forward to do anything that's really kind of helping me in the moment. I'm just really sitting back watching motherfuckers still be fake. And I repeat, I really only have one person on my mind and only one person I'm truly and honestly concerned with. You know what I'm saying? And that's my choice because of the spiritual connection we have. Anything else to me is null and void. I'm not interested in being in a relationship with anybody else or getting to know anybody on that level because a relationship ain't even all that necessary. You know, the bond is there. We could be friends all motherfucking day long. That's what I need more than anything. You know? But everybody else is like, I see what's happening. People are throwing their hats in the ring. I'm trying to know what's going on. And I'm not saying people are wrong. Because, yeah, you know, people want to meet certain people. People want to forge relationships with people, and that's what this shit is really about. But I can't be the only person that sees what's going on. I'm the only person that's really saying what is going on. Everybody else is acting like, oh, we're just going about the day as regular. No, people are really not. Everybody knows what's going on. And that's the shit that bothers me. Everybody else knows what's going on except me. And at first I thought it was because people weren't supposed to tell me or they couldn't tell me. But no, people are not telling me because everybody's still being manipulative on some level. Not everybody, but you guys know what the fuck I'm saying. Don't matter anyway. I love everybody. It don't really matter. You know, I just wish that people would stop making things so much harder. You know, I've been without a real friend in my life for a very long time. Somebody I could really kind of talk to on a regular basis and to have a shoulder to lean on and depend on. And it just seems like that's just gonna be even much harder. Yeah, be patient. But what the fuck do people think I've been? Like, it's not even about patience. It's about giving and taking. What's the point of leaving all this and to go on a nice getaway or go into hiding if I'm just more fucked up than what I was from the beginning? That doesn't help. That's regression instead of progression. And that's what I got. It's your Uncle 7-9, Spiritual Savage. I ain't doing no graphics and shit. I'm just gonna upload this shit and I'm just listen to some meditation music and lay the fuck down. It's shitty because stupid bitches want to hack in computers and hack phones. I can't even talk to the person I want to talk to. I gotta wait. What kind of shit is that? It's fucking retarded, man. Alright, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. A collective, baby, narcs, nieces and nephews, scabs. I love everybody. Be on your best behavior. Have a good fucking night. Deuces.